This week on the show, we're featuring Labradorite, Aventurine under the microscope cam, Aldi's chocolate on Why'd I Buy That, 10 new jokes, and content bottled under the authority of no one. Ladies, be prepared to be swept off your feet because I just bought a new broom. Let's start the show. Look at all the water. Fire it up. This saw doesn't have a water drip system. What this saw has is a pan. So this is the original video where I cut the top off the stone. And I'll show you the video where I cut the slab off the stone. So what's really going on is I got a rock. Right here, we're taking the top layer off. Swing! And then that is what you see up there. We took the top off of it and we turned it into the previous Labradorite. And then this is the matching one. And I go swing and take another slice. In the next video. Look at that stuff in the sunlight. Labradorite benefits from extremely bright and filling indirect light. And not even like from the side. It's just light everywhere that's bright enough for the efflorescence to come out. Alright, that's that thing. And according to the essences of reality, this is the other one. And there it is. Ooh, you can kind of see the pan of water, but it's an optical illusion. That water is like 6 inches away from there. And then from the slab, I took chunks of it away so that we would have the actual piece itself. True story. Oh, I'm getting you a better angle here. I wanted to see if we got a better angle or not. Okay, true story. Labradorite is very, 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 very much harder than I thought it would be. Look at all those cracks, and yet it is so not easy to cut. I gotta push on it quite a bit. A lot of stones just go right through that blade. It's like a laser blade. Dirt cheap, too. Cheaper than the actual tile saw blade that's supposed to go on that saw. And there's a piece. It even kind of looks like the necktie. But there's a lot of crag there. And you see how it's breaking out. But I did wind up getting a couple of pieces. And so I'm going to take those chunks and throw them in a little box. And I'm going to give them to the person that this gem is for. Because I actually cut this gem for someone. Very, very cool person. Occasionally, occasionally, he bartends at the Village Theater on Saturdays, I think. I might have that wrong. I don't know. Don't know him that well. Actually got to talk to him a little bit more. I really only get to talk to him for a few minutes, you know, when I'm at the Village Theater, like open mics. But I did talk to him. Really cool guy. He's got an Instagram. And so here's what happened is I go in to the Village Theater and he's like, "Oh, wow, my favorite comedian's here." And it was my birthday, so that was a pretty good compliment to get on my birthday. I don't really tell a lot of people it's my birthday. So he didn't know. That made it extra special. So I was like, you know what? What's your favorite color? And he said, rainbow. And I said, okay. I have a stone that is rainbow. So I'm going to cut you a rainbow stone, James. And he's like, really? I was like, yep. Yeah, it's called Labradorite, but actually I should have called it Spectralite. Because Labradorite is kind of a common stone, but it's common in like yellow and blue. Whereas if you get the pink and the orange, that qualifies as more precious. And if you have them all together, it's considered Spectralite. Glitchy slime. On his birthday, he brought us pie. Was that my birthday? That sounds like something I'd do. And now you're like, he brought us pie. Get him. Nope, that's a garnet. We'll look at that under the microscope cam. You know what we need to do is get Darren some Ghost Man action figures. There we go. There's the cutting. Is it showing? No. That's another thing about the stupid camera all the time, is trying to get everything to stay put. Got to zoom in the right amount, etc., etc., it's extra, etc. Where am I at? Bah! Okay, where's the camera at? Now I'm using 100, or no, I'm using a 240 grit to take all the burrs off. It's kind of deburring it. Because this stone is so hard, I can't use a 240 grit to take it down and shape it. I had to go back to the 100 grit, and it was not easy. Okay, so where are we in terms of the show? Camera time. Camera time. Oh, there we go. Okay, I do need to move it over a little bit. Bleem. That's the sound of moving it over. So this is Labradorite, and it has blue and yellow, but it doesn't have the pink in this part. And this part is a different part of the stone. This might be the back side of it. I don't know. I thought there was more to it. Maybe this is the other side of it. But anyway, I got all of this off of here, and it's got a lot of orange and yellow and even some cool blue in it. There we go. See? But none of it really has the pink. Like this guy has that fuchsia. The purple with the pink. That's called Spectralite. And if I flip it over in the daylight, it's even cooler. Because this gets all rainbowy up here. But the thing is, it's not even just rainbowy, it's actually pretty translucent. Notice how this area down here is all dirty and black and kind of looks like my fingernails usually do. And then this area looks more like space, where it's kind of white and clear with like specks in it. That's translucent in the daylight. This is a very daylight gem. I mean, if you wear it as a pendant, that flare really comes through a lot in the daylight. So I think it would almost be better to be worn this way, because it does still kind of have that fuchsia stripe through the middle of it. Although this way would be cool too. So it'd be kind of neat to like wrap it with a bezel, wouldn't it? And then put it on like a ball and chain so it could spin. I think that's best. Yep, Gonna give this to the dude. James Meister. Oh, there's the purple. Okay. And then I'm gonna get some bezel wire, and then I'm gonna get it back from him and put it in a thing. Unless he found another use for it by then. But anyway, that's the plan. Definitely looks like... Dude, Joe, I was totally thinking that, man. Because I got some pictures of it with the really microscope on my thinger, and I was like, yeah, this is totally a space gem. I mean, it's like there's probably a Bugs Bunny in here because it's so much of a space gem. He's probably got Michael Jordan, and I bet there's a basketball too. Space Jam. Bump, bump, bump. That was the theme song of it before they made the actual theme song of it. Totally spacey. So, what else do we got? Aventurine? It's Aventurine time. I cut some Aventurine on the saw. And I should probably play the other video too. We'll just list that in ideas that are good. Place that under the list of ideas that are good. Okay, so this is the natural part of the Aventurine. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to grind that out. I want to keep it. It's all sparkly. In real life, it kind of looks like Turkish Delight. I want to eat it so it would make a good necklace. But I got to highlight it. I got to get rid of the cracks. So that's kind of where we are. And I cut off of the bottom of it this other piece of Aventurine, which is really what I wanted to look at under the microscope cam. Is this thing. Because I've got this crack to deal with underneath, and I wanted to see how far it goes. I think I can go ahead and get rid of that crack. I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot of it over here. You know what we need to do is get Joe's Instagram on here, so we can see the things that he's 3D printing. That shit is awesome, man. He printed this like plastic owl. You put it on the wall, and you got this owl on your wall, and it's cool. And it bees there, like it's awesome. And then at night, for a nightlight, comes on, right? Except the owl, it kind of glows inside, but it's got holes on the side, and it makes wings on the wall. It's freaking crazy. Yeah, actually I thought about cutting that root beer quartz, but I didn't have a plan, and I didn't want to rush into it. I did get some root beer quartz though. That is really cool. It's chocolate quartz, but I was thinking root beer too when I saw it. Yeah, I think this piece of Aventurine is going to be nice. I think it'll be okay. I'll take the back out of it, and it won't be too pale. Because it's kind of, it's hard to see, but yeah, it is actually darker green over here, and then right around here it gets lighter because of that crack. There's that crack in it. It's almost like that wants to flake up. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see as we go. And I wanted to take a look at this garnet because this is the seed garnet. I started shaping this thing like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and it had all this nasty stuff in this side, and there's just remnants of it right now. I had to go deep with it, but I think we're gonna be okay because I got enough of the nastiness out of it. See that, like, brown? And then there's that hairline crack. I've got to go down to take that out. But that's okay, because I need to go down with the 240 grit, or the 1000. I think this is 240 grit. I need to go down with 1000 grit, and it'll take it down. And then smooth that edge over. Wow! What's up, buds and hazards? Happy New Year, brother! It's compliment worthy, man. The thing is, it's not just compliment, it's remarkable. Those 3D prints are remarkable in that it is worth remarking about. It's kind of like jokes, because I'm like, hey, my buddy did something cool, and I know him. And then that's why I'm trying to make my show better, so I can get more self-advertising. Um, but the jokes, it's like having a joke that's so funny that somebody remembers it and tells you afterwards is one of the best compliments. Because when somebody's like, oh, yeah, that joke was funny. But having a joke where somebody is like, oh, that was funny, I'm going to tell my friends, that's the funniest joke you can make. It's one of those ones. Which, speaking of which, we will try to get to that because I I just bought more chocolate. I did. I don't care because I love it. Chocolate's delicious. Why are the pictures huge, Normatron? Did I blow it up on, like, why did I blow it up? So, anyways, I wanted to talk about the Italian bread, but the pictures didn't take. They were like this for some reason, and so instead I'm stuck telling you that I bought more chocolate, and it was because Lois Case told me to go to Aldi's. She said Aldi's is great. She said while you're there, pick up some bread. And while I was there, I was like, okay, I don't have a lot of time to like shop around, but I am going to see if they have something. What am I going to get? I'm going to get some chocolate. I go over to their chocolate. They got this setup of chocolate on the end cap of this aisle. And they got the ones with, they all look chocolate-ish, but then the white ones, I can read that. And the color tells me maybe there's fruit flavors with the chocolate. Sure enough, the red one is strawberry, and it has like you know those strawberry candies your grandma had with the wrapper that pokes out the top, and you open it and it's like red hard candy, but it's got the creamy center. It's like the red hard candy outside part crushed up inside of a like a creamy yogurt center. It's like a Twix, but there's no crunch part. But there's a yogurt center. Yeah, I recommend them. Got my value out of that one. That's why I bought that, and I might buy that again. I have another video. Citrine. Aventurine. Last one. Okay, evening it out a little bit. Almost looks zoomed in. It is delicious. Yeah, almost as good as some apple pie. Almost as good as the joke portion of the program. Not that great though. I don't have a lot. I don't know. I don't really like eating healthy food. It's like most health food was invented by somebody who rides a bicycle. But the problem is, you know, with inflation and all that, things are so expensive this year. Even the rich people are going to be stuck serving subprime rib. Um, Remember when I went to the restaurant and tried to pretend I was Popeye? Well, I went back and I told the waiter there's a hare in my soup. And he said, sir, that's a jackalope. We don't use hare. Hares. Okay, that one's dumb. Yeah, nobody knows that rabbits are called hares. Oh yeah, these days you have to be politically correct. You can't say surplus anymore. You can't say surplus and you can't say ma'am plus. Oh, or no, you can't say surplus. You have to say sir or ma'am plus. And in some cases, ma'am or surplus. It's dumb. I'm so busy, I can't even eat ketchup. I have to eat caught up. I'm so busy, the only thing I can eat is ketchup. That's even worse. I see. Yeah, it was rough driving this holiday season. I had to duct tape down my horn. Just put in some earplugs, get out the roll, duct tape it down, start the car, back out of the driveway. It really added to the sense of urgency, and I think it kind of spruced up all the Christmas music. People sure thought I was in the holiday spirit. If you make chicken enchiladas with roosters, are they called Uncle Chiladas? It's getting worse. I'm wondering about myself. Okay, speaking of which, I'm getting older and I figured out why guys hike up our pants so high. It's about reduced reaction time. Yeah, I have to keep them up higher because I'm a little slower to, I have to be able to, I'm going to snag them before they fall, and trust me, you don't want to deal with me creaking and popping while I bend over to pick them up. Let's see. Girlfriend said we need to separate. I said, you mean the dinner bill? She said, no, we need our own space, like our own outer space. You have your outer space, I have my outer space, and they need to be, yeah, have our own outer space. That's dumb. I like shooting pool at the bar. It gives me something to do. A pool table is really just a big fidget toy. It's a man-sized fidget toy. I'm a big man. I need a whole table. I can't use a fidget toy. I need a whole fidget table. I think fidget table is funny if I say fidget toy and then fidget table. Oh, and ladies, be prepared to be swept off your feet because I just bought a new broom. Do I have anything tucked away in the hangouts? Probably not. Kind of winging it here. Not sure. Oh, guys, I figured it out. I'm qualified to be president because I know Matthew Lesko. I didn't read his book, but, I hear he's got 101 ways to get free things from the government. Unfortunately, it's free things like free bills, free surveillance, and free turmoil. Oh, man. That joke was cool. It made me feel so manly. I felt so manly I hiked up my jeans. Alright, that's about all I got. That's enough of that. Oh, what about the red flags? Yeah, ladies, I know you have red flags. Don't hide it. I need to know if your red flags are compatible with my red flags. Let's weave are you manipulative and controlling? I'm non-confrontational. Let's weave our red flags into a weighted love quilt. It'll keep us warm on cold days when we get heated with each other. And we can pass it down through the generations, bragging to our friends about how strong we are because of our trauma bond. And because of... Wait, where is it? The joke portion of the program. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming by. The sparkles. No actual freedom, though. No, it's not. You get dumb for free. It's just spelled wrong. These jokes are pretty good. Hey, Glitchy Slime, the thing is, I don't have any transitions, and they're not organized. Like, I had two jokes that related to each other. What was it? The health food and the subprime rib. But I wrote them like 7 jokes apart, so I had to skip up and then skip back down. And that's the problem with my show versus actually taking the time to prepare a set for stage. But really, I'm just trying to fill them out. And here's the thing. This is an important note, Glitchy Slime, is that when I think of the joke and I type it, it sounds one way. But when I speak it, my mind and my mouth, they sound different. It's kind of like when you think about doing a sidekick and you think you look one way or you're hitting one area, but you're actually doing something else. You know, you think you got your hand up, but you need it out a little farther. You got to tilt it a little bit. And that's the thing with the joke. You tell it and it can be tilted just a little bit different, so you have to adjust it. And that's kind of what we do here on the show. That's why I advertise fresh jokes. Smells like corn. And it smells like a great show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming by. I hope you're ready for an awesome year. This is going to be a fantastic year. We're going to do lots of shows. We got lots of gems lined up. And we got lots of great people in the audience. You guys go out there and make this a great year. I'll see you next time.